All right, today we're going to be unboxing the EOTECH EFLX or EFLX sight. This is kind of EOTECH's first venture into the market of pistol red dots. And this one is specifically a LED red dot rather than EOTECH's typical holographic red dots. So first in the box is going to be a battery warning card, your product warranty and product registration card, a gray EOTECH sticker, as well as the manual. The manual is pretty simple. Inside you're going to find a list of specifications, how to use it, how to adjust it for windage and elevation, and basic user level maintenance. In the box, you're also going to get a little bag. Inside of that bag is going to be an adjustment tool. So you're going to use this end for adjusting for windage and elevation, and then the plastic end for removing and replacing the battery that's pre-installed. You also get a Torx driver as well as 2 Torx fasteners. This is for attaching the red dot to a mounting plate or Picatinny rail adapter. Also installed on top of the red dot itself is going to be a rubber hood or protector, and this is just for placing on top of it when the red dot's not in use. All right, let's get the rest of the stuff out of the way and we'll start going into the features of the EFLX red dot from EOTECH. Okay, got everything out of the way. So as always, we'll start with some close-up shots. So if you didn't know, the EFLX, or I'll just call it EFLX from here on out, but the EFLX does have a Delta Point Pro footprint. So you can mount this to anything that's cut for a Delta Point Pro or any AR Picatinny rail adapter that is able to have a Delta Point Pro attached to it. They do include those 2 screws in the box, and that's for those 2 holes there and mounting it to those adapters. So the body is going to be constructed of aluminum, and these are offered in both a black and a tan variant, as well as a 3 MOA and 6 MOA dot variant. This particular version obviously is the tan, and the red dot that I got on this one is the 3 MOA red dot. So the black one is going to be black anodized, and the coating on this one, very similar coating that comes on their holographic sights. I've been told it's a Cerakote enamel blend. It's kind of a EOTECH specific coating, but it's a very smooth coating, not very reflective as you can see here in the light. Overall, very nice construction and materials used here. So all of your markings, your manufacturer markings, model, and all of your windage and elevation markings, those are all going to be laser etched on top of the coating, so you can kind of feel those. The lens is going to be constructed of glass, and I don't know if you can tell, it has a very light reflective coating. Most of the time you can see either tinting or a heavy reflective coating to bounce that emitter back at the user. This one has very clear glass, absolutely almost zero tinting, and you can hardly even tell that it has a coating on the front. So the controls, it's pretty basic here. You're going to have 2 buttons. You have an up and a down button. Now to power it on, if you press the up button to power it on, it's going to turn on with no auto shut off. If you use the down button to power it on, it is going to auto shut off after 12 hours of being on. Now to power off, you hold down the down button for 2 seconds and it turns off. And then obviously up and down, up is going to increase brightness, down will decrease brightness. Now when it comes to brightness levels, there's going to be 9 total brightness levels, 7 regular, 1 ultra bright, and then 1 night vision setting. On the top side is going to be your elevation adjustment. Let's see if we can get the sound of that on camera. Very tactile adjustments. And on the side here is going to be your windage adjustment. Again, very tactile, locks right in place as soon as you click it over. And as you're adjusting, per click is going to be 1 MOA per click of adjustment. Now I did want to mention, when you are mounting this to a plate or Picatinny rail adapter, it is recommended that you tighten the screws that come in the box 17 to 19 inch-pounds. And pre-installed in here is going to be a CR2032 battery. I'll go ahead and open up the battery cap for you. Very nice that they include this plastic tool for removing the battery cap. A lot of manufacturers don't include a tool for that in the box, and if they do, it's going to be a metal tool, and then you'll scratch up the cap. So like I said, Installed is going to be one CR2032 battery. And then here's your cap. Cap is threaded with an O-ring. So to install, you just put it like that and then screw your cap back on. So as I'm screwing this in, I'll go ahead and go over the battery specs here. So they state that at daytime brightness level 5, you should get roughly 25,000 hours of battery life. Now there is a low battery indicator. The reticle upon turning it on will flash 6 times per second, and then eventually you'll just see the dot disappear. And that's it regarding battery life. But if you guys have any questions, drop a comment down below and I'll do my best to get back with you. Thank y'all for watching.